What's up, basement dwellers? Welcome back to the Jersey Fanatics after a bit of a hiatus because really they did nothing in the offseason. Chris the Dace Man Dace is back, joined with Erik Perezzo.
Hi!
And we're here to talk spring training. So we're about a week into spring training now. All the pitchers, catchers, and everything, they're all reporting. We got a little bit of news, not too much news because, again, it's spring training, but the World Baseball Classic is firing up tomorrow. So let's just jump into it right away. I want to talk about the suspension of Johan Rojas and the lack thereof.
Yeah, I was no idea what it is. If it there's different reports. I think you brought it up earlier that it could be just weed. So he's suspended from the WBC and can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was very weird wording. It's very
the fact that he
you
can
haven't
still
heard
do
anything from the Phillies. You haven't heard anything from the MLB. So it could be just that.
Yeah, the fact that he's still allowed to do spring training is the oddball thing. So
Yeah.
the other suspension that happened in the league today before we went on air was for the Braves, which was Profar, who really hasn't played for the Braves since he's been there. But is he still spring training?
I don't think so. I think he's done.
And that's where the Johan Rojas thing was a little weird because they specifically came out and said, dude's has been suspended for 162 for a second offense. Whereas Johan, they're like, he's out of the WBC, which feels like there was a different criteria for the WBC, which would then make you think it's probably marijuana, which is weird because I felt like the rest of the world wasn't as uptight with it.
No, considering majority of the countries out there have,
they grow it
over in the Middle East is heroin, that's their poppy seed business. They have all that. You have Colombia is known for cocaine, Mexico has the cartels. So it seems like drugs are if you don't do drugs, you're not allowed in.
Yeah, if you listen to our government, why is there a Team Venezuela right now?
Yeah, it's very confusing. The wording was very interesting to say the least. I hope he's suspended for the whole year. That'd be fantastic.
Do you think it's the nail in his coffin? Basically they put all their eggs in the Crawford basket, and he was basically fighting for, I guess, a bench position at best. Do you think this is just the end of him?
Depending on what it is, yeah. If it's actually PEDs, if he got it from the hell's what was the
Alvarado or Kepler?
Alvarado? No, but yeah, Kepler.
He found Kepler stashed in his locker when he was down in spring training.
He's like, listen, dude, I recommend you do this. This is going to make you better. This is going to make you more over with the fans. And he's like, dude, I'll do it.
Be a part of the master race with me. Yeah.
Yeah. So he messed up. But yeah, it'd be fantastic if he was forced into retirement.
It's a little odd with these, I get the whole scandal of what happened in the 90s with McGwire and Sosa, even though it could be argued that's the hottest baseball's been. But it's a little weird that some of these do feel like they could be potentially medical conditions. Like Alvarado got busted last year. He also slimmed down. So was he taking something that's technically banned, but at the same time was used for maybe to help weight loss?
Listen,
he was throwing 100 before he was throwing he was taking the PEDs. I don't know what the hell it would enhance for him except for just the weight loss.
Sports ruins sports. MLB, like you said, the best time, everyone was tuned in. I remember being...
They were on The Simpsons.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I remember being at the dinner table and we looked at the clock on the oven and we saw it's 7:35 and you're watching ESPN and it's we're breaking in live to watch the Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa. That was must-watch TV then.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have that now. I think the last time was Aaron Judge 3 years ago when he was going for the record, but then that faded pretty fast because he struck out 35 times in a row. So that's the only time that you get the outsiders into the sport, and then they're like, no, we're not going to let you do it. And then it's the same thing with the NFL. Like the NFL, basically, we don't want you to tackle hard because you're going to injure the players and then they're going to be out. But that's what brought in
The people to watch.
players, and that's what brought in the people to watch. Like you're constantly ruining the sport that you're doing. Same thing with NBA. Like do this and like all of a sudden nobody wants to do the NBA All-Star game. So now nobody watches. Why doesn't anybody watch? Well, you kind of fucked it over.
Yeah. Well, it's also kind of weird that like I think since we started doing this show, we've never reported a PED abuse by any megastar or like franchise player. Like Bryce Harper came back pretty fast from his surgeries and stuff like that, and you're gonna tell me there wasn't any kind of blip on the radar of how he got back out on the field that quick?
We didn't report about Tatis. That was before us.
That might have been. Also, they just kind of let the whole Otani gambling thing slide. Oh, it was his interpreter. Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
but even that Tatis thing, like everyone hated him for like zero point 0.2 seconds, then all of a sudden he was really good again. They're like, "Oh, he's
Well,
the greatest! Thank God."
I don't even think he was gone that long, was he? Did he lose
He was
half a
gone for a
season?
full year. He
Oh,
was
he's
gone
gone
for
for.
like a full year. Yeah,
Maybe that's why that might have been our first year doing this.
yeah, he was gone for a long time, either a full year or like 3/4 of it. Like it was a long time.
Mm-hmm. It just seems like the mega stars aren't really on that radar. It's always like Max fucking Kepler. Okay, he took him and
Yeah,
still sucked. So
yeah.
who you really punishing here?
And
Like
then Alvarado did it. That fucked us over.
that did hurt, but at the same time, him being on the roster wasn't going to help their roster woes for the postseason.
And even then, like last year before he got suspended, like he wasn't good.
No,
Like he couldn't hit his marks. He wasn't consistent at all. Like he was back to his Tampa Bay Rays days. So maybe that was the PEDs. Like it did the opposite effect for him.
yeah, and like legitimately, he's probably just trying to lose weight. Like it wasn't even like, oh, I'm trying to get better. It's like, no, you called me fat. Like all of media calls me fat, so I'm trying to not be fat. But like Johan
Yeah.
Ross, what did he do? Take him to fucking flex in the Dominican League? Good job, bro. Because you
Yeah,
flexed in the
well,
Dominican League every year and you haven't done shit in the majors.
and he came out last year before the season started and he was like, I put on 15 pounds of muscle. Probably
Yeah,
shouldn't have said that, bud.
well, how has Bohm said it every year too? Like, yet he passes. So what is he doing to put on 15 pounds of muscle that isn't getting flagged? But Johan clearly got flagged, unless they like Dave just realized like, look, we need this Justin Crawford thing to work. So you're going down.
But like with Bohm, it didn't negatively affect him.
No,
Like with Rojas, the only thing that he was good at was his defense and speed. He put on 15 pounds of muscle and then he forgot how to run
yeah,
and forgot how to track a ball. So
I,
like those PEDs clearly screwed with him somehow. Like it was pure. It was so
well,
embarrassing to watch him go out there because you took out Marsh for a defensive sub, and then all of a sudden you see Rojas just doing circles in the field because he doesn't know where to track the ball anymore.
that's just bad management. We can go down a whole fucking rabbit hole of how they keep putting Kepler in for Casty last year, and then turns out Kepler was fucking dosing. But we still don't know what Rojas did. He's as of right now, from my understanding, he is only banned from the WBC,
Yeah,
which
it's just
the WBC, as much as it wants to be a thing, keeps putting all these fucking limitations in to make it not a thing. Considering all the players that couldn't play because of insurance. And now it's
yeah,
like, oh, if it comes down to the weed thing and you didn't let Rojas go, really? Not that Rojas is drawing in the tickets, but come on. You can't get
yeah.
players because of the insurance, which I get. If I was an insurance company and like somebody who spent like if what's his fucking name? Renfro from the Angels. If he was like, "Oh, I want to go play," dude, you're injured every year. You're not playing. Just point blank. Like someone like that, I get, but like Alvarado seemed a little. I don't. He hasn't been injured.
But and then what the other weird thing is about this WBC is Tariq Skubal is
Mhm.
going to throw 55 pitches, and then
Yeah,
he's going to leave Team USA to go back to the Tigers.
that's
What
the
the fuck
crazy
is the
thing.
point? Like, well, what is the point of you even going?
Yeah,
For you to throw 2 innings?
it's really a hitter's clinic because the pitchers are going to be restrained. Otani's not pitching, right? He's just hitting.
Yeah.
So it's like they're being super, and I get why they're being super cautious with pitchers because they're so fucking fragile. But at the same time, you're not getting the teams at their best. Like I think obviously the American team has the best starting pitchers as
Oh,
opposed
without a
to
doubt.
any other team. But like you said, he has one bad inning. He's only out there for 2 or 3 innings.
Like, not to throw him under the bus because he's a fantastic pitching coach, but Vance Worley is going to pitch for Great Britain.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't pitched in the majors in years, and
Clay,
he's literally all of my son's friends, their pitching coach.
yeah, Clayton's going to be on Team USA. He's officially retired, and we saw
Yeah.
like that was our only glimmer of hope in the NLDS last year for the Phillies was him going out there to pitch. And they're like, no,
Yeah.
he's going to go start because all our starters are going to go back to the majors to warm up for opening day where the real money is.
Yep.
It's crazy because it's what pays the way for a team like Japan to win. Because on paper, Japan should not win because that starting rotation. We have so many American pitchers that are good that they're going to play for other teams. Like
Yeah.
I'm, I
Yep.
we've criticized Nola well enough, but he's playing for Team Italy. Motherfucker was born in Louisiana. You
Dude,
ate spaghetti as
Jazz.
a kid, so yeah, I saw that Jazz Chisholm is in Great Britain.
Like, what is this? Like, is it just you're being paid to play for them? Like, I don't understand. Like, is he British?
You
Like,
have to draw lineage, and I feel like we should just stop the conversation because the comments I'll make about drawing lineage for a man like Jazz and Great Britain are not going to go over well.
that's why I changed my shirt.
But it's wild because like to your point, isn't Vance from like Middle America? I know he's
Yes.
playing for Great Britain, but he's like from like Missouri or something, right?
Yeah. Like, again, like you said, you got to find the lineage. But like, Stubbs is playing for Israel. Like,
Bad time to have them to have a fucking team. Like you
like, I don't
you
know.
got
I
the
don't know.
it's so weird that we're doing these like huge events. You've got the Olympics that just happened. We've got this World Baseball Classic, and then we have the FIFA World Cup coming up. And you have all these countries that are just bugging at each other's throats, and it's like, we're sending American players to go play for Team Israel. Granted, they're not
Yep.
playing in Israel. What's it, Japan, Florida, and somewhere in Mexico?
Something. Yeah.
I get it, but like, come on.
I wouldn't want to get on that plane.
Unrelated to baseball, Iran's got to come here and play the World Cup. So if you're watching any news, I really wouldn't want Iran. Like, if you're from Iran, why are you coming to North America right now?
Yeah.
It's a weird thing. Like, it's a weird time to be alive. Especially when it comes to world sports because the world is such a tense place and the dynamic has shifted and the central focus of most sporting events this year is probably one of the like dickish countries at the moment in America. Like, hey, we're doing the World Baseball Classic. Your country actually doesn't have good players, so we're going to put our Americans on your team to play each other.
Like Cristiano Ronaldo, he plays for United. He plays in a league in the Saudi Arabia,
Mm-hmm.
so he plays over there. His family and him just took a plane out of
Yeah,
Saudi Arabia because his complex over there was getting bombed.
yeah.
Like,
So like
Jesus Christ, man! Like,
that's the
oh
crazy thing because like right now it's what's Israel and America versus Iran, but Iran is just like shotgun it to anywhere America has a presence. We're going to just launch something at it,
yep,
which then gives you the
anything at all.
tensions. Yeah, which gives you the tensions for something like the World Baseball Classic, where you have a Team Israel. Like they're gonna Team Israel is going to show up, and there's a potential they get booed. I mean, you probably have less of a chance in baseball because most of baseball is pretty red. But for the most part,
Yeah, I don't think they'll care at all.
so shifting gears from the World Baseball Classic back to spring training, where the people who weren't good enough to go are still playing interleague in the play. How are you feeling,
Well,
Schwarber? Go ahead.
one other thing, not really about the WBC, but did you see that they're doing something similar of that next year before the season starts for Major League Baseball? It's going to be all the like rookies and sophomores and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're
So,
they're going to be doing it's called like the play-in tournament. So all the young people are going to be like Phillies if they have like
like the
I don't
draft
know.
picks and stuff like that, like the
Yeah,
Threshers and
yeah,
the
yeah.
Blue Claws or whatever.
Yeah, so all of them are going to have a play-in tournament to see who's the best young franchise in Major League Baseball.
I see that they're excluding the Iron Pigs. We
Because
have
they know they'll
stacked
win
that
it.
team. We've stacked that team for the foreseeable
But
future.
so it's very weird. Like we were talking about earlier with the baseball just doing things to do things and not really helping their brand out. That part is helping your brand out, but it's
Mhm.
also putting the next young players, the next top players. Like you're going to have Gage Wood for the Phillies come out and pitch, who did today. He was in a simulated game, but you're going to have him throw 100 miles an hour in just a bullshit tournament that he could potentially be in the majors next year. And what if he gets injured? Like it just makes no sense to me that you're having all these young people
Th-
like show up for this tournament next year that could potentially join your organization in the majors and they could potentially lose that spot because they get hurt.
This kind of sounds like the MLB maybe panicking by not having like a Bryce Harper or Aaron Judge or like the next big thing in the wings. Like you always had talk about Bryce before Bryce got to the Nationals. Judge has always been on the radar. Otani was always on the radar. Not be like these are people who weren't in the majors, but you knew who they were.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can say that about. I don't follow the prospects and stuff as that heavy, but I knew who Bryce Harper was before he was a National. I knew who Bryce Harper was when he was on the Nationals, and all I followed was like the dark era Phillies, and loosely remember that.
Yeah, there's nothing major coming along and I follow college baseball and
Mm-hmm.
all of that stuff cuz I love it, but there's like nothing
There's
there's
not.
nothing like what they were.
Yeah, there's no megastar because I mean,
Yeah.
even though the star's kind of fizzling a bit, Bryce Harper was a megastar. Otani's a megastar. Judge is a megastar. Machado megastar. I don't look around the league of any rookie and say that's a showman or that's someone that's going to get all the endorsements and the deals to kind of carry him through, which makes sense that they're going to do this tournament to kind of like maybe highlight a Gage Wood. Not
Yeah,
that
and
he's the guy, but
it makes sense, but it's also extremely risky.
oh yeah, you finally anoint the next heir apparent, and then he burns out and can't get out of
Yeah.
AAA. You're kind
Yep.
of screwed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's an interesting concept. Most of those guys play year round for the most part anyway, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
almost because like the fall league, the winter league, they're obviously in the minors playing
mhm.
whatever amount of games. So yeah, they play majority of the year anyway.
So they should be ramped up to the point where it could be decent baseball to watch. Unlike this spring training thing where you're watching pitchers try to make adjustments and batters just swinging to swing to see if they can.
Mhm.
But let's transition into spring training. I think there is some highlights versus some low points. One high point is obviously Bryson Stott seems to got some mojo back that he was missing last year. Um, I don't know how you
Him
feel
and
about that.
Bone's been playing pretty well too. Like he's
Consistent.
yeah, and that's the exact word I was looking for. Yep, he's been consistent and he's been on his game, and it's not. He's struck out a couple times, and it's not like he's throwing a temper tantrum like he was. And obviously, it's spring training, so no one really cares.
Hmm.
But even last year during spring training, there was still times where you could see the disappointment and like just frustration on his face. So I don't. The games that I've been able to watch, because again, going back, Major League Baseball sucks at putting out their product, and you don't get to watch everything, but it's definitely encouraging to see.
Hmm. 100%. And like to see Bryson kind of getting back to form is big because I think he's a really good second baseman you can build around. Like I don't want to see him like I know that Bo Bichette would be a great acquisition, but if we missed out on the Bo Bichette sweepstakes and had to keep Bryson Stott at second, I like Bryson a lot. Defensively, he's great there. If he gets the offense to cook, he's I think
Oh
Tyler
yeah,
said it, the next
absolutely.
Chase Utley.
Yeah, for sure. But that's the thing that you keep on wondering is this the year that his offense is finally going to come up? That's the only issue.
It's weird. I
So you
think
got
there
to.
was something he was dealing with last year that like I don't know if they ever came out and said he had like a specific injury or something, but he was offbeat. The whole team was offbeat last year if you think about it. Like
I was going to say, like, it seemed like the whole entire team, and it's weird because if you're battling an injury and you're one of the stars on the team, no one's taking your spot. You're not Johan Rojas.
yeah.
Like, it's not like if you lost your spot, you're losing your spot. Like, if you're injured, dude, take the go on the DL or IL, sorry. Go
Mhm.
on the IL and just rest up and get better for when we need you. Like, it's perfectly fine. You don't
Mhm.
have to be this all-star or try to be this all-star when you're dealing with a sore back or a sore arm or whatever it
Well,
is. Like, rest.
it didn't help him that like Sosa was on fire. When like when Stott started like cooling off, Sosa that was like Sosa was batting what 500 or something like that. Like he
Yeah.
was on some obnoxious streak, and that doesn't help the confidence of the young buck who's supposed to carry that position. Where this bench guy is like, well, why don't we just play him every day, and you be
Yeah.
the
But
bench guy?
I don't think Thompson would ever do that. I
No,
think he's beyond loyal to his people, and no matter you saw it before with shit. Who the hell was it?
Taiwan Walker.
No. Well, it was an outfielder that the guy was just beyond phenomenal, and you had to take him out and put in your normal guy. And you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? God, I
Hmm.
can't remember the name. So yeah, that's how bad it was. Fuck. I don't remember.
An
But
outfielder.
yeah, I think it was.
It would have had to been Marsh, like Marsh on a hot streak or something like that. Because like our outfield, the only one
Yeah,
who,
maybe it was that. Maybe it was Marsh, like, was on fire, and you kept on doing that platooning bullshit,
mm-hmm.
and you kept on putting in Rojas or whoever it was. But or yeah, or actually it was Bader too, because Bader was on fire, and then you did the platoon shit too, and you put
Well,
in.
I think you're thinking 2022 basically because it was still a Double and Marsh because we got Marsh at the half like the All Star break and they were doing that whole thing of like well he could bat against the righties
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever
yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah.
finally
That's.
he just surpassed Double and it was like no
I
yeah,
think that's a good example too, but I don't know if that's the one I was thinking of. But
okay
that's another good example of you waited too long.
mm-hmm. But some low points though are coming out of spring training and the big one is the fuck's up with Aiden Miller.
Oh, no idea. He came out and said that his back is feeling fine. He's doing better than what he was previously. But like apparently he dealt with the sore back all last year.
Carrying
So,
the Iron
dude,
Pigs. That's why.
you're 20 or 21 years old, dude. What are you doing with your back, man? Like, Like you should be in. That's normally when you're most fit is around that age. Like be us at 37. Like I have a sore quad just from getting out of bed wrong this morning.
Yeah.
Like
Having a bad back and playing the infield doesn't seem like a good combination.
no, no, absolutely not. And it like even I had a sore back when we did slow pitch softball and I was a catcher and I
Yeah.
barely bent down. Like
Yeah.
so I can only imagine being an actual infielder doing that. But it's also very concerning that nobody talks about Justin Crawford, who actually has had a pretty good spring training. Like it's encouraging. He's not
He's not the
lighting the world
savior.
on fire. Yeah.
He,
And you kind of knew that. You kind of knew he wasn't going to be the savior or a light on the fire,
we
lighting the
knew.
world on fire. Yeah,
We knew. The rest of the fucking Philadelphia sports network thinks he's just, why the hell do you have two other guys out there when he's out there type
yeah.
mentality.
And it's like everyone talked about Aiden Miller and they never mentioned Justin Crawford. Like even on the rankings, like Aiden Miller is second.
Hmm.
Justin Crawford's like 67th. Like
Which
he's
is
all the way down there.
which is crazy because the two prospects that actually matter this year, not that Aiden Miller doesn't matter, are Painter and Crawford because they're factored into being on the opening day roster. Aiden's
Oh
not.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like, why aren't we talking more about, especially Painter? He had a hell of a 2 inning stretch for his
Yeah,
debut in the Grapefruit League.
he looked good. His fastball was the same as what it was 2 years ago
Hmm.
or last, whatever it was, however long it was. I don't remember his injury, but it was the same thing. He had great command of it. Like he's looked pretty damn good. Um, our backup catchers still suck. Marchand and Stubbs, they're not great. They're there. Um,
That dude,
that's just
that kid has hope. Hedinger, he's a
yeah.
first. I am excited about him if he could stay on course, and then we can get away from this Marchand. And I love Stubbs, but get away from this them.
Yeah. So you definitely see some encouragement, I guess you can say, looking around the team, and you're seeing them. I can't remember his name, but Fritz said it on Twitter that there's a first baseman that they've been trying out in left field recently, and he has a great bat, but his defense is okay. But I forget the name that he was using.
Reese Hoskins.
Um, yeah, but it's definitely. I think there's more open spots than what, or I think there should be more open spots than what there are,
Okay.
and I think
Well, I did
there's
have a
more
question.
at play.
I do have a question for you. I know we're only a week and a half into spring training, but at the same point, we're 2 weeks out from like opening day.
World
So
Series.
calm down. Calm down. Um, how do you feel about the outfield? Like walking into spring training, we had a manager and a GM confidently say this team is better than they were today than they were a year ago. Outfield was a pain point. I'm not going to harp on the whole Casty train, but at the same time, I'm not seeing the.
If
I
you
see it the same. I'm not saying it's worse, but it's definitely not better.
you're hooking the lie detector test up to Dave Dombrowski and Thompson,
Mm-hmm.
and you're asking them that question, it's going to be going insane because there's no way that they actually believe that. The outfield is so much worse.
Yeah,
Garcia does not look great. You know, he looks like his chase rate is going to be high as shit, just like it has been. Like I said, Justin Crawford is a good player, but he's not. He brings no power whatsoever.
I
So
honestly would like. I was thinking about this the other day. I'd like him in leadoff. I know we're talking about the top four. I don't hate this part, like the games he's been playing leadoff, and put Trey behind him, and then Bryce and Schwarber. I don't hate that. I
yeah,
don't think they'll
but can
do
I
it.
also let me ask you a question,
Sure.
but also to answer your question, the outfield sucks. It's awful,
Do
and
you
I'm
think
not
it's
excited at all.
do you think it's better or worse or
Oh,
neutral?
I think it's worse. I think it's
Really?
absolutely worse. Yeah, because you lost your one of your most consistent guys in Casty, and
You
you
said
knew
it,
I
not me.
wasn't.
You said it, not me.
You knew I wasn't his greatest fan, but he was one of the most consistent. No matter what he swung at or what he did, he came and did what he did. Like it's he kept it the same. And Marsh, you can't depend on because you have no idea what you're going to get. He has a massive hot and cold streak.
Hmm.
Um, Justin Crawford is a rookie, so he's going to go through a rough patch. You don't know how long that rough patch is going to be.
You just hope he doesn't get the yips the moment he hits the big league, because right now he's playing in a league that he's played in before. It's
Yeah.
not like he didn't do spring training last year, so like he's still in a comfort area. Put him in CBP opening day, 48,000 or whatever the hell it is.
And like I said, Garcia's not looking amazing. Like he's looking good, but it's not like
I don't see the
you
game
wanted.
they think they got.
Yeah, like you wanted an improvement from what you had from Casty, and that could be it for defensively, but
You got a
it's
worse
not
chase
it for
rate.
offensive.
I think you got a worse chase rate. If he fires up and because like that's the comment that I kept hearing about, like from the pundits around here, um, is the fact that CBP is a good park for him to hit. You're gonna tell me Baycare's not better?
Exactly. And it's 90 degrees down there, or like it's already hot. So
Yeah,
it's hitting weather, is what
and
the
he
great Charlie says.
Rangers Stadium's inside,
Yes.
indoors. Okay,
Yes.
you're coming to play here March 26th. I know our weekend's looking okay this weekend, but also a blizzard could show up the day before.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
has he played in northern temperatures like on a consistent basis? Because
I think so.
his March and April could suck, as will his September and October. So like those are the times we kind of need him to like set like a good
Yeah.
foundation to run through the season and then end on a strong note. If you're telling me he's only a Aaron Nola type fucking player where he plays when it's better warm.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. But my question for you
Hmm.
is Harper has come out numerous times and has said that he prefers being 3 or 4 in the lineup because that's where he can see the most pitches and he's able to sit there and observe what the pitches the pitcher has and how they look, right?
Hmm.
Perfect. Fantastic. Be 3 or 4. But you went to Team USA and you are the 2 hitter. Allegedly, we have asked you to be the 2 hitter, and you didn't want to go down there that, or you didn't want to do that. But now you're going to be the 2 hitter, and shit, you did great today. I think you went 3 for 4 or 2 for 3, whatever it was. Like, and you drove in 4 runs. So clearly, people are getting on in front of you. I know it's Team USA, so it's an all-star team,
You have Aaron
but
Judge
like
protecting you too.
Yeah, but then Aaron Judge was on the same level as Schwarber that year.
Hmm.
So you can say that same protection is there for you. So you could have Schwarber at your 3, and then you can actually have somebody else at your 4. You could have brought in a better 4 hitter, still the protection, and you don't have that now. So why is it okay for him to go to Team USA and say, "Yeah, I'll be your 2 hitter," when he won't do that here?
He ain't got the balls to tell Judge not to be 3. Point blank. He is the franchise player here. He's a small fish. He honestly, I don't think he's on the World Baseball Classic team. And Freddie Freeman said yes.
But isn't Judge the leadoff hitter for Yankees?
I honestly don't know. I don't follow them enough. Probably because that's a weird fucking thing to do with their power hitters. Because Dodgers do it with Otani.
Yeah. So I
Um,
think, and that's probably why we end up doing it with Schwarber.
which is so fucking stupid because it's I guess a new way of playing baseball. But I don't think he has the. He is. He's a big fish in our pond, but he's very small in that pond. Because I would say up and down that lineup, he's the worst player on that team. That
I
lineup
wouldn't
they
say
put out
worst,
that
but
lineup they put out today, he is potentially the worst. And I don't think he would have been on that team if Freddie Freeman said yes. Or he would
that I
not
agree
he would
with.
not have been starter. He may have been
That
on
I
the
agree
team,
with.
but like you look at that lineup they put out today, there's maybe one guy on there that might be worse than him. And ego aside is the only like I guarantee you that they don't who would be the next first baseman? Pete Alonso that they would bring in?
Probably.
They probably don't want to deal with Pete. So they're not going to piss off Bryce and put him in the bottom half. I would have put him in the bottom half. Like Cal
They're,
Riley is on the bottom.
they're 12-1.
Who?
The game. The
Oh,
USA is beating the Giants 12-1.
they're probably beating
I
the
can't
Giants B
see.
team.
Yeah, I can't see the stats, so I can't tell you what
But
they're doing.
the bottom half of that line, like Cal Riley, wasn't he the American League MVP?
No.
Or like the AL hit leader or the hit guy? I don't. What's the word for slugger?
He was not the AL MVP because I think that was Judge again.
Anyway, he was in contention for the MVP
But
as
yes,
opposed
yeah,
to
he
Harper,
had
who
more home runs. He had more home runs than Judge, the slugging hitter or whatever.
and I don't like shitting our own guy and talking about other guys being better, but if you look at that lineup, Harper's on a downward trend, Kyle Riley's on an upward trend, and Cal Riley's batting what, 6th or 7th, and Harper's second.
Yeah.
It just why would to me Schwarber's second, Cal is 3rd or 4th, and Judge is 3rd or 4th. Harper is not top 4 on that batting team.
But why is Harper second? Is what I'm asking.
I guess he has nudes.
If he's not for our team.
Again, I don't think he has the balls to kick up a fuss on that team. I think he's just happy to be there, and he'll do what they tell him to do. Whereas in the Phillies, he can kick up a fuss, and they'll be like, okay.
Yeah, because
I think
we're completely afraid of losing him.
Yeah, and at that, honestly, if you're gonna keep batting 250, and like I don't mind your first base fucking Gold Glove, but like, and then he's not even a Gold Glove. I don't mind your first base glove, but there are first basemen out there that are cheaper that can do the same production. If he doesn't get back to it, the whole not elite comment, I don't think that was smart for his boss to say that, but as a fan, I can say that. And you weren't elite, and then you came out and you acted childish about it, and then like you're not
Fantastic when he came out and said that.
Oh, he keeps saying he's for the team, and he never actually is for the team. If he was for the team, with every year the outfield being a fucking problem, he'd be back in the outfield. Same with Trey. If you were for the team, you have the speed to do it center field. Like I don't. If you're a true team player and really want that team World Series, not a personal World Series, you're in that outfield. You tell me. I don't. I'm not gonna. I've been trying to refrain to go down the Casty hole. But you're telling me for still eating Casty's contract, you would move him to first and put Bryson left or right?
Oh, I know, and that's why I'm thinking that Harper can't throw anymore. I think that's the issue. I think Harper, his arm, ever since he had that,
Nick couldn't throw.
was it Tommy John?
Yeah,
I think it was Tommy John.
but Nick couldn't throw.
Huh?
Nick couldn't throw. Kyle can't really throw. We're not doing these defensive staves from the outfield that mattered. We still made the playoffs with like a shitty defensive. Like we won the division with the worst outfield defense.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so like hanging your hat on that. Fuck it, Bryce. There's way better first. There's better hitters that play first that you are blocking by not getting out of the damn way.
Yeah, like he could, like if you went back to right field, you could have brought in Pete Alonso, no matter how much you hate Pete Alonso's face, but that could have been an extra 50 home runs on our team.
Imagine he went to, again, I'm going to try not to keep going down the Casty hole, but imagine if he went to right last year, Casty went to left like he was supposed to, or even I think he was supposed to platoon DH, but he goes to left field, and then you have Brandon in the center, platooning with Max, and then maybe eventually Bader.
Who's your first base though?
It could have still been Reese. It could have been Bohm if you brought in Bregman. Like, you went out and made these small $10 million signings
Yeah.
to plop that hole, and you're telling me you couldn't have gone to like 27 million to get Bregman?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I completely agree.
Or this year, where you're eating, you've paid the 10 million here and there. You're patching your holes with rookie contracts with Justin and Crawford, and this 10 million stop. Well, the 30 million Garcia, because you ate Nick's contract. Yeah, you got nothing. You got nothing of value out of it. You got this guy with
Yeah.
the same, if not worse, chase rate at the bat. You claim that this arm, but again, we won the division with a shit fucking outfield defensively.
And the team, you lost Ranger Suarez.
Yeah,
The team is worse than what it was last year. Like
yeah.
no matter how much you want to harp on any of it, like you can't deny that it, or you can't say that it got better this year. There's no way. You lost Ranger, you lost Casty,
I would
you
I would
you
give you the argument of you stayed the same. I think you could make a case for that, but even that is tough to swallow.
well, I can't I I can't cross my mind into thinking that you stayed the same at minimum.
The only reason I said, being a week and a half into spring training, again, it's way too early to like start doom and glooming or calling for the World Series, but a week and a half in,
Oh
Justin
no, it's a guaranteed
Crawford's,
World Series. Guaranteed.
well, yeah, because our bar is
Lock.
so low. Um, Justin Crawford's production and Painter's production, based on what they've done to this point, I think you can make the case for that the team is the same. They're not better. By no means are they better. They've won what, 2 spring training games? Again, I get it's only a week and a half in, and that like we lost the games the moment we took out all our starters. But the production from Andrew Painter, the production from Justin Crawford, the similar production from Garcia that I think you can mirror to what Casty's even doing right now in San Diego, we're about the same. I think long run. Well, I'm nervous long run because Painter on innings, we don't know what we're going to get. Like, all right, phenomenal season. He's done mid-September.
Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of Taiwan Walker.
Yeah, and I know you can make adjustments at the All-Star break, but let's just assume we don't because we really haven't. But like Crawford, if he gets the yips, like we made the comment of he's played in spring training, so this isn't new to him. Playing in Citizens Bank Park will be new. Traveling that schedule to these Major League Baseball parks will be new to him. The crazy thing that's going to be to him is going to a place like Miami, having a bad series, and there's primarily Phillies fans in the fucking stadium
Yeah.
that will tell you how they feel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the point of I'm not hitting the buzzer of like sink the ship. I think we are at the same. That could change when they come back from the. Well, it's going to be hard to fucking judge because half the team is gone until a week before the season, and then we're into the season, and even all the fun and excitement we had with Trey being such a go-getter in the WBC, that didn't mean shit come
Yeah.
translation to the major leagues. I'm going to keep going. We're about the same. I can see where you're saying we were worse. Because like projection wise, there's still too much if. Like the inning count for Painter is gonna be
No,
something.
that's the problem. There's way too much what if. Like you got rid of Strom, you knew what he could do, you knew everything that he was. You brought in Keller, which is fantastic. Like that's an amazing deal.
Well,
Very excited about that, but it's
I don't know. Like I think he's on par with Strom. at this, from what I've seen in spring training, and he's going to the WBC. So, like, in my mind, if you're going to the WBC and you had kind of a rough start to spring training, that's going to be indicative of what's coming for the season, because you should have started your warm-ups a little bit sooner than everybody else. Like, you knew you were going to pitch in the WBC, so you technically started your spring training probably 2 weeks earlier than everybody else.
Yeah.
So you should have come into the game warmed up at least. And I get a little bit of the cobwebs, but I don't see where anything has improved. I've seen where we've kept the status quo just with new faces.
Yeah,
Especially
even
since
that, I
It-
can't see any improvement, and that's why I'm saying that we're worse today than what we were last year.
Well, I think you're also. Here's the hope. Bryson is seemed to return to form, like at least with spring training, and he is going to get the normal spring training. So if he stays on path, that's a plus. That's a positive. Bohm is being consistent. Bohm has basically been anointed the 4-hole hitter, and he has accepted that role. And he's not going to be crushing it out of the park, but he is an RBI machine when he does get going. So that's a plus. Painter with his 2 innings, that's a plus. The downside to Painter is how many innings can he do for a full year? And then you still have those shit variables of like Taiwan Walker. I think he gave up a run his first inning, like first batter.
Yep.
Like, all right, so he's still doing the same shit he did, and that was never a positive. Garcia has the same chase rate, if not worse, than Nick.
Is Garcia going to the WBC?
No, so he should still get his. If Garcia doesn't turn around his hitting, Kevin Long should be gone this year. And I say that because everybody touts that we come to Philly to learn from Kevin. If you can't fix Garcia,
what are you learning from him?
what have you done? Because I feel like Bryson went and relearned how to hit without Kevin.
Like, Bryson Stott, I think, had his best year under him, but I don't think it was because of him. Like, I think it came out. I don't know if it was that year or another year, but I think it came out that he was using an outside hitting coach. And I don't know if it was that year or if it was another year, but
I think that last year for Bryson was the anomaly. I expect big things out of him. So, like, all right, he's going to break my heart probably, but I have confidence that he bounces back, and that's something we need, because he was always like a secure hitter in that bottom half.
Yeah.
That right now we put back in the same chase rate, and this is me kind of shitting on Cassie, but like, you got the same chase rate, you got JT, which I don't understand him sometimes when it comes to hitting, because
and that's the other thing I kept forgetting about him. But that's the other thing that doesn't have me excited. And I know that he's the best catcher on that was on the market, and there was nothing else you could do. But he's already 34 or 33, and he already has bad knees that can't catch a full year. Like, what's going to happen this year? You're going to depend more on Stubbs or Marshawn, and you're going to be screwed.
who do you think gets it out of those two? I think Stubbs gets his dues this year.
I think it has to be Stubbs. Like, you can't do another year of Marshawn, and you saw what he brought to the table, Marshawn. Like, you know what he can do, and I think there's more upside to Stubbs. And you know how much I don't like him, but I think there's more upside to him than there is Marshawn.
That's fair. I mean, I like the Hedinger kid, and if he stays on track, I hope he's up there next year, and we just move on from Stubbs and Marshawn. I hope we move on from Marshawn this year. Hedinger's the backup to Stubbs, and then we move on from Stubbs next year. I like Stubbs. I'm a big Stubby fan, but
listen, there's not going to be baseball next year. So it's this year we're winning the World Series, and that's it. We're done.
Well, then Hedinger better get his shit together, because he needs to be up in the majors that following year to replace JT. Otherwise, we're going to be talking about the same JT contract when baseball returns.
Yeah,
We're gonna run
36 years old and first year back.
we're gonna be running him into a Salvi contract where he's 40 and still doing it for us, but we're still but our DH spot's blocked by Kyle Schwarber. This team is
Listen,
screwed after this year, man. Especially if we get an off year. Ugh.
listen, it's fantastic. We're winning the World Series this year. It doesn't matter. Like
Welcome to
I may think that they're a worse team overall this year, but they're still gonna win it.
the Philadelphia Union Fanatics.
Like, look, you saw. I don't know if you saw it, but the Dodgers pitcher Sasaki got demolished today. Gave up a grand slam. He couldn't even get out of the first inning.
Who was
So
that?
he's stuck again. Sasaki, the Dodgers pitcher.
Oh, I'm glad he decided to suck after he faced us.
Yeah, exactly. So he sucks again. So that's fantastic. So yeah, I'm fully on board with a worse team, but we're winning the World Series, guaranteed. Lock it up.
Here's what you do. This is the strategy for the Phillies once we return from the lockout. All our starters start on the IL. You bring them back in July, and you win a World Series. Right?
Listen,
Am I
with our
right,
luck,
LA?
we're not going to be able to hit a beach ball. It takes them forever to figure out how to hit again.
Well, hey, you never know. Well, then we'll start them in June, and then get them warmed up. We'll be like, this is your spring training. The All-Star game's out of Philly. They'll be out in like Arizona or somewhere nobody wants to go. And there you go. Just go win that World Series, boys. With Bo
We're gonna have
Bichette.
an all-star with no representative from Philly.
Oh, you will. Taiwan Walker.
Can you imagine? That'd be fantastic. On
How-
a Cy Young pace.
How amazing will that be when we're starting the 2028 season and we signed Taiwan Walker to the league minimum contract to be a starting pitcher, and it's like, really got yours, buddy, with your 25 mil on that last year.
Yep. No, dude, he's winning the Cy Young this year.
Cy Young Walker.
Cy Young Walker, damn right.
Any final thoughts before we part ways? Because next week's conversation is probably going to be WBC dominated, and then just kind of like nitpicking at Stott, Marsh, Bohm, and Garcia.
Please just do me a favor and fire Thompson and Dombrowski as soon as possible. That's all I want. That's all I want for my Christmas list.
I do want one final thought, and maybe you're not catching it because like all of a sudden I'm a Padres fan, given the influx of Facebook feed news. Have you heard any of the interviews from Cassie after he left?
I've seen them. I haven't actually like fully watched them, but I know like he's thrown Thompson under the bus pretty good. So it's been very enjoyable.
It's
and
kind of
exactly what you think.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing to be a Phillies fan, given the way he's talking about him in a way. Like actually, it's not the way that he's talking about Philly; it's the way that he's complimenting San Diego. And you know, San Diego's a shit show of an organization that can never pay their bill, never has a fucking guarantee, and they're always trading their entire team mid-season. You're the guys that let Juan Soto go.
Yep.
Like, come on.
You've been trying to trade Tatis for the last 3 years now, ever since his steroid use. You've been trying to get rid of him.
Literally at every trade deadline, that organization's like, "Yep, everybody."
Yeah,
we got
on the market.
We got a bill at the end of the year we can't pay, and then all of a sudden they go out and make these fucking ridiculous signings in the offseason. It's like, what happened to your budget? Are you the U.S. military? Are you allowed to fail audits and then not be held accountable by the league? What is happening?
Pretty much.
It's to hear his comments compliment that staff is just. I don't even think he likes that staff. I don't think he makes opening day roster, but I think they're going to have this love connection of letting him just talk up their organization. Be like, look, dude, Cronenworth's better than you. Get the fuck off our team.
Yeah.
And they're going to cut him because this was a no-lose situation for them to sign him. And he's doing the PR of a century for that team of like, this is a great organization. It's not. It's just it's not the Phillies organization, which is the organization you're mad at right now.
Yep. The organization he hates.
Yeah. Which ironically, he'll probably, like Tyler had said in our private chat, he'll probably be back here in June. Given the way that this fucking organization works, they'll be like, look, Nick, we're already paying you. Nobody else is going to play you. How about you come play bench?
Yeah.
And
And welcome to the Wall of Fame.
The 2022 Philadelphia hero, Nick Castellanos. We've loved him this entire time. Hey, you know what, buddy? We're going to give you an extension. We're going to take you into the 2027 season.
There's no 2027 season, man.
That's the point. That's what they're going to do to him. Like, look, we're going to give you 20 mil, 1 year deal. Prove yourself next year.
You're still gonna have to pay him though.
Oh no, it'll be like, can you keep your mouth shut for a whole? Can your wife keep her mouth shut for a whole year? That's going to be the task. I enjoy it as Team Casty. I love it, but
yeah,
I can see where anti-Team Casty would absolutely hate that woman. Anyway,
the best. You can't hate Jess.
I love her, and it hurts because it's like I don't want to keep seeing her post about San Diego, but I don't want to unfollow her because like she's earned her. What the hell? She earned her dues, man.
Immediately.
Whatever.
All of them. All the Casty brothers, all of them. Everyone got unfollowed immediately.
I don't think I followed any of the brothers. I still follow Reese and his wife. Weird watching him take pictures of the minor league of the Guardians.
Gone. I said, thanks for all the free beer, but you're gone. I don't care anymore.
What have you done for me lately?
Exactly. That's why I stopped following Harper, too. He's not elite anymore.
He's still here.
Listen, man, what have you done for me lately? I got to follow him again, though, because he tore up Team USA today.
Yeah, because he's trying to impress the Giants to go play there with his buddy Harrison Bader. Anyway, that's going to do it for us this week on The Fanatics. What do you got going on, Mr. Berezzo?
Nothing.
Fair. We've got streams Sunday, Monday, Thursday, Friday. Sundays are currently Resident Evil 9 Requiem. Mondays is Palia. Thursdays, it's Kingdom Hearts / Pokopia. We'll be switching to Pokopia at some point. Friday is Phasmophobia. It's Pokemon's Minecraft or Pokemon's Animal Crossing.
I thought that was at Power World.
Nah, that's that other. That's ripping off Pokemon. So, and I'm playing Palia on Monday that rips off Disney Dreamlight Valley. So we're playing Phasmophobia right now on Fridays with interesting group of people who don't like horror games, but it's a horror game and they take the most useful tools and we can't actually get the tasks done because they won't go in the goddamn house. So we go in, we die, she has the EMF reader and she just sits out the side going, guys, are you still alive? Because it does this thing where the mic's cut off if you die or if you go too far away, so you don't know if they're just too far away or dead. It's a fun watch to argue with her once the mics go live again. The monthly protocol will be at Adventureland this Saturday, 2 to 4, rescheduled from February 28th because we wanted Sal to be there. Sal was dealing with some stuff. He's back. Also that night, we'll be at the DTHS musical. They're doing Footloose. They're also the charity we're playing for the Game-a-thon, which is April 10th to the 12th, with the 11th being at Adventureland Studio or Adventureland Store. And then the guest streamer event, we've already started announcing some people, and I've got more announcements on the way of other guests who will be taking over starting April 1st, running to April 9th. So, Game-a-thon season, baby.
Love it. Donate.
We are going to give away a Nintendo Switch 2 and tickets to Nick Castellanos' return to Philadelphia. I'll actually be there. I got
It's going to be real awkward, like you said, that he's not going to make the team.
Yeah, especially as we're promoting it as his return. It might be his return as a Philly. We don't know. I will actually be there because I got my birthday offer from the Phillies, and that was one of the dates. It's also ALS Awareness Night, and that's where they do those $35 grab bags where you get an autograph. Like, that's how I got the Bryson Stott autograph, the Zach Eflin autograph.
Bag.
Oh, I hope so. Oh, I have his autograph, but I would go nuts. Especially if it's like a Padres hat. I'd wear that thing all around the stadium. Like, it's signed by Nick. He's not here, but it's signed by him.
Neither team wanted him. He's not here, but I got it.
Anyway, that's going to do it for this week on The Fanatics. I've been Chris the Dace Man Dace. He's been Erik Perezzo.
Fire Dave and Rob. Bye-bye.
Remember, Base Dollars, stick to the protocol, and Mr. Perezzo, ring that bell.
Ring a ding, 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 Fire Dave.
See you next time.